Hello and welcome to my attempt at a short informational video to talk about a potential for stalling your recovery from hyperinsulinemia. First and foremost, let me put out front, I am not a doctor. This is not to be construed as medical advice. It is simply one person's journey in looking for a solution to my hyperinsulinemia. And why do I say my hyperinsulinemia? Well, I'm overweight, I'm over fat, my belly hangs out over my belt. I've been identified with fatty liver disease, and as such, that's a good indication that I have a metabolic disorder, and as such, that would probably mean that I've had a condition of hyperinsulinemia. My insulin has been going up. I'm very fortunate to have fairly, I would say, steady checks of my glucose and my insulin. I do use a ketone and glucose meter. I just got it this past week, and it is the Keto Mojo. So I do have that. And I have used another glucose monitor for quite a long time. I have been restricting or changing my diet a lot in the past. Oh, I would say 2 months. I would say I started roughly in the very beginning of February, and then also all of February, March, and now here we are into the middle of April. So let's go with 2 months. I'm seeing some results. I've lost some weight, lost some inches, and that's all good. But what I have also noticed is my glucose kind of doesn't want to go down. And if I do get my glucose down, it's not too high. Don't get me wrong there. I want to have consistently lower than 100 on my glucose when I'm more than 3 hours post eating. And it isn't always there. And I know stress can be an issue. That's just one part of it. What I really want is my insulin. My insulin a couple of years ago was measured at about 5.6. Now my insulin has gone all the way up to, as of 2 weeks ago, to 9. Still good for insulin, but it's indicative of a insulin resistance situation. And when I do the other test for insulin resistance, doing the different conversions you can find at the blood code website, I do measure out to having some slight insulin resistance. And my goal, my focus is to do the things I can do to reduce insulin in my system, to give my pancreas a break, to give my liver a chance to metabolize the stored fat. And one of those problems is glucose, not so bad, but the fructose. Fructose gets stored up in the liver as fat. Also, I was partaking in some social drinks. You know, you go out with friends, have a drink here or there, have a beer on a hot day. Not a lot, but probably more steady than it needed to be. And so I've eliminated that. Not a problem. But I've just stumbled upon something that was very important, and I want to share that with you. It's as follows: that you have sweet receptors in your mouth that will tell the body, hey, we're going to have some sugar coming to you soon. And I took down some notes just to help myself. I won't bore you with all of them because we did want to be quick here. But they basically are calling it cephalic or cephalic phase insulin release, CPIR. Again, CP, Charlie Papa India Romeo, CPIR, cephalic phase insulin release. And what they're basically saying is early on in the process of ingesting something that tastes sweet, your pancreas starts working. And I was watching a video with Dr. Lustig in it talking about this, and that includes artificial sweeteners. So if you are struggling to get your glucose down, to get your insulin down, and your, correspondingly in a cascading manner, your weight down, it just may be sweet tastes. So you're using, my poison choice is saccharin. Well, there's plenty of studies out there that say that saccharin will induce this CPIR, a release of insulin. Now, your mouth has had something sweet, is there? Something on the tongue, some of those receptors, and there's all sorts of complex words. But your tongue tastes something sweet, zips a file up to the brain then zips a file down to the pancreas to say, here comes something sweet. So your pancreas beta cells pop out some insulin, and your body's waiting. Now, no glucose, no sugar shows up, but that insulin is in your body. It has a life cycle. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know what the half-life of insulin is. But suffice it to say, you popped it up again. So, we want this normal, a normal curve, right? A normal distribution. When my calories go up, my insulin goes up. And after a while, as it goes down, my insulin goes down. And I don't want to constantly be bumping up that insulin. Well, all the time I have what I affectionately call my sippy cup full of whatever my beverage of choice is, whether it's coffee or tea, and I'm putting in my saccharin, all I'm doing is bumping it up. And if you're using those little packets of blue, pink, and yellow sugar, they all have dextrose. So you're getting sweet from dextrose, absolutely being recognized by the taste receptors, but also whatever that sucralose, whatever it is you're using, it has a sweet sensor. And I suspect if you're tasting even with stevia or allulose, there's probably an insulin response, not a glucose, but an insulin one. I just read a study called the cephalic phase insulin release in healthy humans after taste stimulation. What they do, they had them eat something that was sweet and then spit it out. So they never swallowed it, never made it its way down to the tummy, so to speak, right? Just in and out. And they could measure that insulin went up. So I thought I'd pass it on in an abbreviated, short video for you. Hopefully, this will help you in your journey as you try to beat down this insulin and beat down this hyperinsulinemia so that your body can heal and then you can enjoy the benefits of all your effort. But if you're still sipping on diet sodas, if you're still sweetening your coffee and your tea or your foods, then you're going to run into trouble. And by the way, solid sweeteners, like if you eat saccharin or one of the other sweeteners, and you have it solid in your mouth, so not a fluid, it's an even stronger response. Hope this helps you in your journey and what you're doing. I went and poured my coffee right out. As soon as I read that, saw it, I was like, I'm done with this. So no more artificial sweeteners for me. As much as I possibly can. I'm sure one will slip in there, but I hope you find this information useful. And if it's repetitive, I'm sorry, but thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe and help my channel grow so I can share more of these nuggets with other people as we go forward. Again, take care, God bless, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.